Hey everyone, Clausifer here in the Apollo Division at the First and Texas District Championship, here with Team 6369 Mercenary Robotics with their amazing rebuilt robot, drum shooter and all. We're talking about their amazing rebuild that they have done for this competition. We're excited to talk right into it with their drum, their intake, and also their overpound climber that they have. We're really excited to get down here on Behind the Bumpers. Let's start off with Nisith. Talk to us about your drive base that you have going on over here.
Yeah, so this year we did a swap from the WCP X2Ts into the Swerve Drive Specialties MK5Ns. These have worked phenomenally for us. They're easy to replace, and we use a ratio 2 on it, so we get enough speed and torque. The fuel makes its way with the intake, then goes over our rolling bed, and makes its way through the transfer up into the shooter and comes out the robot very reliably. We'll go over to Brady to talk about the intake and the index.
So while we did a rebuild for this competition, we still kept lots of the stuff that worked really, really well on our first robot. Kevin, can we get the intake deployed real quick? For this competition, we stuck with our slap down intake. We thought it would be really reliable as it has the ability to do what Citrus Circus does and push the balls into your indexer so that you're able to get a little bit more shot speed, a little bit better BPS. We decided that unlike most teams who are using like a kicker bar or going around the bumper, we want to do a full-on kicker ramp. We want to get the most contact time with the fuel as possible, and we thought the ramp would be the best for giving that sustained compression. Let's run the intake, Kevin. We run it really fast, and something a little bit unique is that we have 3 bars. We want to get the fuel as high as possible into our robot, so that all we have to do is turn on the rolling floor and empty out the full hopper without having to use the intake too much to agitate.
Before we get to our next segment, we'd like to thank the following. FRCT's Managed Store Program is an easy and profitable way to fundraise for your team or off-season event. FRCTs will handle everything from production, packaging, bulk or drop shipping, payment collection, and accounting. Teams can set their own prices and FRCTs will take care of the rest. Fill out a quote request or get more information when you schedule a callback at frcts.com. Build your alliance with so many other FIRST alumni who go to Kettering University. Every student at Kettering experiences their cutting-edge co-op programs that seamlessly blend the professional and academic worlds. Kettering co-ops are a fully immersive working experience at the leading edge of industry. Head on over to kettering.edu/first to learn more about their incredible programs and to get more information.
Moving on to our rolling floor. Through looking at other teams' robots this season, we saw that this was the most simple and reliable method of moving the fuel from your intake and into your shooter. So we just have a bunch of these custom 3D printed stub rollers, all hooked together with some 40-tooth belts, all spinning in tandem. And we also wanted to make sure that we get as much of the robot as a floor as possible. So the jack shaft for our intake is actually hidden inside of this roller right here, so we can use the entire width. And then we also have this roller that pivots with the intake, spinning along with the transfer floor, so that we're able to get as much fuel into the shooter in the least amount of time. Finally, with our hopper, we want to make sure that we get exactly 12 inches of extension. We want to get as many fuel as possible. So we can extend out 12 inches, moves passively with the intake. And then we also have the net up here. We're able to fit about 50-55 balls without the net expanded. And then we can get up to 78 balls while staying up to 30 inches and moving your net up like this. So that's been extremely useful for our bump overfill cycles this season.
All right, now let's pass it off to Grayson to talk about everything that goes on the shooter side, your kicker, your drum. What was the design process from switching from the turret that you guys had at your previous competitions to the drum?
Okay, absolutely. So the drum, as we have seen at almost every single competition, will always have a higher throughput than a turret, and it requires less software, it's more simple, it's more reliable. So starting off, we have our transfer system, which consists of 2 2-inch rollers and a single 1.25-inch roller coming up directly from the transfer indexer floor. Something that's pretty unique about our robot is that our transfer rollers are actually tilted backwards, so they passively funnel the balls down from the hopper into our main channel for our drum. After they come out, they are shot into our shooter, which is ran by 4 Kraken X60s on a 1-to-1. This 3-inch aluminum drum here is only a 6-inch wide, which was a major problem for us because it didn't have enough momentum to maintain a shot speed of 20 feet per second for around 60 to 70 balls. So what we did is we have a 1 to 3 1.5 pound flywheel on the side here This is the WCP stainless steel flywheel. We found that these were better for a robot because the brass flywheel is actually wore down over time, which went from our last robot. All of our motors are packaged directly under our drum. We made it specifically so that we could fit everything here, our limelights and our battery as well, in addition to our radio. Our transfer motors are here, which are ran by two Cragneck 60s, geared at 1.33 to 1. And then finally, our shooter is down here, geared at a 60 to 1 and ran by a single X44. We found that this was the right amount of torque and speed. Initially, we had it at around 400 to 1 because we were afraid of the balls coming in contact with our shooter and causing it to vibrate, causing shot inaccuracies. But we found that this was sort of the perfect in-between for us. That gives us the right amount of speed and power. Our back rollers consist of two 1.25-inch rollers wrapped in silicone. And Kevin here will show the shooter mid-fire. Super fast, super consistent, and lasts for all 60 balls whenever we're shooting them, and can shoot anywhere from the half line to shunt and anywhere on our side of the field to shoot consistently into the hopper.
And what material are you guys using for your shooter over here?
So we use only aluminum for our rollers, and then our hood ramp is made of polycarbonate.
And this material on the roller?
This is cast foam.
Okay. And it's been really good with your connection with the ball and everything like that?
Absolutely. We have no dead spots within our shooter, and yeah.
Awesome. Now let's hand it over to James with your climber that supposedly was supposed to go in the robot, but was overweight.
Yeah, so we actually came into this competition thinking we were quite a bit underweight. We weighed in at the shop at around 105 with everything on it. And we came in, we got to check in, and we're weighing like 124 pounds. So obviously the first thing to go was our climb. But initially the climb was right next to the battery, and it was just an L1 climb with a bumper gap. This is the WCP tube and tube, and it was powered from a 90 to a 45-to-1 gearbox with an X60 that would sit all packaged behind the battery and under the ramp. Sadly had to go, but it would have been an L1 climb that packaged right in front of our shooter. So now I'm gonna pass it off to Kevin for programming.
So Kevin, talk to us about the software that goes into, I assume also the transition from going to a turret to a drum was less code, I'm assuming, right? You don't have that math that much, but talk about the software that goes into it.
So to start off, we have 3 Limelight 4s over here, and in the back. We have full field localization during the entire match, teleop and auto. We have a point and drive for aiming that also has X-lock to counter defense. So you just hit one button, you start pointing. Once you're at your target, your transfer starts up and your flywheels are already at speed. We also do the same thing during auto. We run our paths. If we're a little bit off, our auto aim is going to auto adjust, and we're still going to be in position for aiming.
Well, 6369 Mercenaries, thank you guys so much for walking us through your amazing robot. Winners at the Amarillo, Waco, and San Antonio district events, as well as Impact and EI winners, so they're here competing for that as well. Congratulations on your amazing success so far this season. Congrats on the rebuild, and good luck at this division at Apollo.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell to stay up to date on future fun videos. Build your alliance with so many other FIRST alumni who go to Kettering University. Every student at Kettering experiences their cutting-edge co-op programs that seamlessly blend the professional and academic worlds. Kettering co-ops are a fully immersive working experience at the leading edge of industry. Head on over to kettering.edu/first to learn more about their incredible programs and to get more information. FRCT's Managed Store program is an easy and profitable way to fundraise for your team or off-season event. FRCTs will handle everything from production, packaging, bulk or drop shipping, payment collection, and accounting. Teams can set their own prices, and FRCTs will take care of the rest. Fill out a quote request or get more information when you schedule a callback at frcts.com.